friends. So this was super disappointing for me. I tried to have a Zoom so I could see your faces and it would be like we were practicing together again. I don't know what happened. Michael set it up for me and it's been working all day, and for whatever reason, I guess God just intended it wouldn't work tonight. So I'm going to record this for you, and hopefully maybe it'll be a better time for you even to listen and practice. So Father God, we just thank you for your presence with us tonight. Lord, we know that you are not bound by time or space, and that even if we're practicing our yoga virtually, even if we're practicing at different times when we're together in spirit, Lord, you are amongst us. Father, we just thank you and ask that with this practice tonight, in our own homes, in our own space, with nothing to prove and no one else to see, that you would just speak a gentle word to our hearts. And thank you, dear Lord, for technology. And thank you for when it doesn't work. Amen. So go ahead and find child's pose. Bring your big toes to touch, your knees wide apart, and then settle your tail back onto your heels and start to walk your hands forward, stretching them long, and finally lower your head. And I'm going to let you stay in that shape for a few minutes. I'm going to get out of your view. There's nothing to see. Just start to take some deep, full breaths. And let everything that's not serving you right now go. And I'm going to read my devotional. These are thoughts from my brain to your ears. Have you ever before had your world turned upside down like it is right now during this pandemic? Maybe you have. If you've suffered through a loss of someone close to you, or you've undergone a diagnosis and treatment, or some other event that had the power to change your life as you knew it. Sometimes that is exactly what it takes to shake us awake. God can and will use these times to remind us of our dependence on Him and our true identity as His children. Our Father desires that none of us would try to live out this life on our own strength, or even fall into the trap of thinking that we can. When our lives are free of challenge, it's easy to believe that we are the ones in control. But God desires for us to be wholly dependent on Him. And just like this quarantine, it is almost always a lonely and difficult process for God to get us where we need to be. It's when those things and people and activities that we thought were so important are removed that we get a glimpse of our true identity and our dependency on the Father. Now, still in child's pose, start to walk your hands over to the right. You'll feel space and separation on the left side of your ribs. Maybe even put your left hand on top of the right. And start to breathe into that new opening you've created in the left side of your body. For me, the first 2 months of this quarantine passed without much inner work. I've been distracted and frustrated and too busy trying to control my physical world to take a look at the inner climate of my soul. The activities and attitudes that I thought were my life have either been taken away or undergone a radical change. I no longer spend my days in a school building with over 500 other humans, and I no longer have the opportunity to practice and to teach yoga. Until these things were removed, I didn't know how much of my identity was tied up in them. Now, I believe these things in my life are good, necessary, and healthy, but God is showing me the harm in defining myself by these activities alone. Now walk your hands back to center and then over to the left side. Maybe bringing your right hand on top, and this time feeling that separation and opening on the right side of your body. I wonder if you have had a similar experience, at first being thrown off balance, disoriented, and unsure, and then letting go of your inner Martha long enough for God to remind you who you really are. God can and will use this time of quarantine. And we will no doubt return to lives filled with activity and friends and things that make us feel human. But my hope is that we will return to our work and activities with a renewed conviction of who we are in Christ. We are not left to live in our own strength today. We are free to live in the power of believing God's promises for what He will do for us through Jesus. Now bring your hands back to center and slowly start to press yourself up and find a comfortable seated position. So with your legs crossed, whatever feels best in your body, and your hands outside your hips, start to drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Then add the weight of your right hand, if you would, and stretch your left arm out. Just breathe and let gravity and the weight of your hand start to lengthen and soften your neck. Take one more breath. Exhale, release your head. Roll chin to chest and come up so that your left ear is on your left shoulder, maybe the weight of your hand. Stretching out your right hand or walking the fingers slightly behind. One more breath. And exhale, release. Roll chin to chest. You do this a couple of times, getting out any last kinks that you have in your neck. And then find a center. Flip your palms to face up. Take an inhale as you press the air up, as if you're lifting something heavy. And draw the shoulders away from the ears. Now flip your palms, and on your exhale, press the air away. And again, inhale, reaching up tall. Don't let the energy stop at your wrists. Go right past your fingertips. And exhale, release. One last time to the top. Inhale, lift something. Lift up praise maybe. And exhale, this time we're going to come into cactus. So bend the elbows. Bring them in line with your shoulders. Spread your fingers wide apart like starfish. And as you do this, press your shoulder blades together in your back like you could pinch them together. And inhale as you stretch up tall. And exhale back to cactus. And again, inhale, stretching long. And exhale, cactus. And one last time, inhale. And exhale. Now with your elbows exactly where they are, take an inhale. Exhale as you bring the elbows to touch in front and your palms to touch. Inhale, opening up the chest, shoulder blades pinching together, and exhale, broadening through the upper back to close. One more time, inhale to open, and exhale as you close the arms. Go ahead and release the hands again by your sides. Plant your left hand next to your hip. Flip the palm of your right. Take an inhale and stretch up and over, maybe pressing into that left sitting bone. Take one more breath in and exhale, come back to center. Switch sides. Inhale, raising the left hand. Maybe your gaze will follow And exhale, side stretching. Feeling your ribs splay apart again. And keep your shoulders soft, not reaching up into your ear. Inhale, and back up. One more time each side. Inhale, raising the right hand, and exhale, side bending. This time maybe you reach your left lung forward and up, gazing underneath your right biceps. And exhale, release. Other side. Inhale, raising the left arm, side stretching. Bring your right lung forward, twisting it up. And exhale, release. Now inhale, both arms back to the top. This time on the exhale, drop your left hand onto your right knee and your right hand behind you. Prop yourself up nice and tall as you stretch and twist. Take another inhale. Exhale, turn just your face to look over your left shoulder. Keeping the twist in your spine. And release. Hands to the sides. Inhale, stretch up tall. Exhale, right hand to left knee and twist. Take another inhale and exhale. Turn just your face, looking over your right shoulder. Bring your hands to your knees. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, draw your right shoulder towards your left knee and lower, twisting and flexing in your trunk. Come across the front and up around to the side. And do that 2 more times. Inhale at the top and exhale. Last one this side. Take a deep inhale here and exhale, dropping the right shoulder to the left knee. Come down low and across and settle in at the top. Another deep inhale. Exhale as you drop the left shoulder to the right knee. Finding your full range here in your spine. Get as much movement as you can. Again, inhale at the top. This is the last one. And exhale, left shoulder, right knee, down across the front. Come to the center. And we'll reset. From here, I want you to fold right over your ankles and come into all fours. Okay, so stack the hips above the knees, the shoulders above your wrists and elbows, and we'll take 5 rounds of cats and cow. So as you inhale, drop the belly, drop your chest, and then look up. And as you exhale, start to round your spine. Start with the tail. Let the movement go like a wave through your spine until you can see your navel. Again, inhale into cow, dropping belly and chest and looking up. And exhale, rounding the spine. Inhale into cow pose. And exhale, cat. Take 2 more on your own. Inhaling and exhaling. Think of the spine moving like a wave. When you finished your last cat-cow, and we're going to take 3 spinal twists to the side. And on the 3rd one, we'll plant the hand and find a threaded the needle. So inhale as you drop the left hand, turn your right palm to face up. Inhale, sweep it out to the side. Maybe your gaze will follow. And exhale, just bring your hand back to the mat. 2 more times. Inhale out to the side, perpendicular. And exhale, spin back down. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. This time, thread your right hand through underneath your left armpit, landing on your right shoulder, be your right ear. You can stretch that left arm overhead. You can bend the elbow and reach back and maybe touch the top of your right thigh. Another option in this shape would be to step the left foot back. We'll just take 2 breaths. And release the pose. Bring your knee back down if it was lifted. Plant your hands, come back to all fours. This time plant the right hand. Top of your left hand is on the mat. Inhale, sweep it out, perpendicular and up to the sky. And exhale back to the mat. 2 more. Inhaling and exhaling. Last one. Inhale as we twist and gaze up. Exhale this time. Thread the needle. Left hand underneath the right armpit. Go ahead, stretch that right arm overhead alongside your ear. Or if you choose, bend your elbow, reach back and find the top of your left thigh. Maybe step the right foot back. Take 1 more full breath here in this shape. And drop your knee, bring hands to floor, and find all fours. Spinal balance. We'll start by bringing the right arm alongside the right ear. Step your left foot back. Just stay right here for our first one. Really pressing through your left heel, gazing at the mat. We'll take 1 more breath. And on the exhale, we'll release. You're going to pivot on your right knee until the top of your right foot comes outside your mat. Press in with your right hand and dial down your left heel so the whole sole of the left foot is on the mat, and open up to modified side plank. Take 2 breaths here, stacking shoulder over shoulder and getting long from the crown of your head to your left ankle. And release. And we'll do the other side. This time we'll stretch the left arm out alongside your ear. And step your right foot back. Bring the pit of your belly in and up and really pressing the mat away with your right arm. And press into your right heel. And gaze down at the mat. Take 1 more breath and release. Now this time we're going to pivot on the left knee. Top of your left foot is outside the mat. Press in with your left hand nice and strong. The right foot is in full contact with the mat. And gaze up at your right thumb. Take 1 more breath. Exhale, come back to all fours. Now if your knees are getting a little sore in this shape, you can always put another mat under your knees, or you could have one of those gardening pads here. We're going to do another round on our knees, so find something that works. Inhale, we'll take 3 rounds of cat and cow, so drop the belly, drop the chest, and look up. And exhale, round your spine. Take 2 more on your own breath. And come back to a neutral spine. Plant your left hand, inhale, sweep your right arm out to the side just one time, and exhale back to the mat. And we'll do that on the left. Inhale, perpendicular to the body, spinning open to the ceiling, and exhale back to the mat. Now stretch your right arm out long, bring your left leg back. This time choose to stay here, or maybe you lift the foot. You can stay here, work on your balance for 3 breaths. Or you can take 3 crunches with me. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale to grow long, and exhale to crunch. Last one, inhale to lengthen, exhale to crunch. And back to all fours. Pivot on your right knee, press in with the right hand, open up to modified side plank. This time you can choose to lift your foot. Keep your left foot engaged, your toes pointing towards your face. And you can leave your left arm up towards the ceiling or bring your left biceps over your left ear. You take one more breath and release. All right, this time we'll stretch the left arm out and the right foot back. This is the first option. Stay right here if you choose. Lift your foot and keep it engaged. You can stay for 3 breaths, or you can take 3 crunches. Take an inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. Last one. Inhale to get long. Exhale, elbow to knee. Back to all fours. Pivot on the left knee this time. Press in with the left hand. Open up. Modified side plank. Stay here if you choose, or lift the left foot. Maybe you bring the right arm over your right ear. And release. We'll take 1 round of cat and cow. Inhale, drop belly and chest and look up. And exhale, round your spine. And we'll take a spin to each side. Inhale, raise the right arm. Exhale, back to the mat. Inhale, lifting the left. And exhale, back to your mat. All right, this time, inhale, stretch the right arm long. Stretch the left leg back. Stay here, lift the foot. Or reach back, find your ankle, and find a bind. And slowly release. And we'll take that modified side plank, pivoting on the knee, opening up, starting here, or maybe lifting the foot, or finding a bind in this shape. Pressing your chest forward and up to the ceiling. And slowly release. And we'll take the other side. Stretch the left arm out and the right foot back. And stay right here, lift the foot, and maybe find a bind. Bring your gaze up. Take 1 more breath in and exhale and release. Left side, last time, pivot on the knee, press in with your left hand, modified side plank. Maybe you lift the foot, maybe you find a bind. And go ahead and release. Press yourself back to child's pose. Separate your knees. Big toes touch. You're like a fire shut up in my bones. take 3 breaths here in this child's pose. This is your place to come to. Anytime in this practice or any practice when you need a rest, just find your child's pose.
Like a summer breeze blowing through the trees. It's your knees bringing me to my knees.
And then slowly make your way back to all fours. From all fours, walk your hands out 1 palm print. Turn your toes under and lift the knees to hover. And send your chest back to your thighs. Send your bottom up, back, and find your downward facing dog. And then start to pedal it out, really lengthening and stretching through the Achilles. If you find one place that feels especially nice, just stay there. You can even drop both ankles to one side and then the other. And come back to your downward facing dog. Find some stillness here. Inhale, raise the right foot, bend the knee, and open up the hip. Try to lower that right armpit, keeping your shoulders square to the mat.
Light up my night like the rising moon. Yeah, you do.
And inhale, straighten the right leg and bring the right foot to meet the left. Next, inhale, raise the left leg, bend the knee, and open up your hip. Again, square your shoulders and your collarbones towards the floor. Maybe have to drop your left armpit just a little bit. If you look underneath your right armpit, see your toes. And straighten the left leg, bring your left foot to meet the right, and tiptoe forward to the top of your mat. And then find a ragdoll forward fold. Separate your feet just a little bit. Maybe a soft bend in the knees. Bring opposite hands to elbow creases. Bring your chest to meet your thighs. Allow your head to hang heavy here. Maybe you sway the whole upper body. Release your hands and slowly rise up 1 vertebra at a time. When you get to the top, turn your palms to face out, circle, sweep the arms, and exhale your hands to heart center. Inhale, stretch up tall, and exhale through heart center with soft knees. Find a forward fold. Next inhale is a halfway lift. In your halfway lift, hands can be on the floor, on your shins, on your thighs. Then plant your hands, step your right foot back, and find a low lunge. Untuck the toes. Make sure you're not directly on the kneecap. If your kneecap is here, curl your toes under and shimmy that right foot back. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Take another inhale and lift your kneecap, and exhale. We're going to step back to downward facing dog. Take 1 full breath. Next inhale, bring your right knee into your chest and then place it between your hands. Remember, you may only get this far. It's okay. Just grab your ankle and step it forward. Drop the left knee. Again, untuck the toes. Find a low lunge. 1 breath. And inhale, tuck the toes, lift the knee, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Extended mountain. Circle sweep the arms. And through heart center, find forward fold. Halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, step the left foot back and drop the knee. Untuck the toes, settle in for one breath. Next breath in, tuck your toes, lift the kneecap, and exhale to downward facing dog. One breath. On the next inhale, bring your left knee into your chest, shift forward, and on the exhale, step it between your hands. Find your low lunge here. Untuck the right toes. Inhale, we're going to sweep the arms up for a low crescent. And exhale, frame your left foot with your hands. Press your toes under and kick forward to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, nice long spine. And exhale, forward fold. Extended mountain, circle sweep the arms. And exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Exhale, step the right foot back and drop the knee or leave it lifted. We're adding on. Inhale, low or high crescent lunge. Exhale, frame your left foot and step back to downward facing dog. Take one full breath in and one full breath out. Next inhale, bring your right knee into your chest. Set your foot down between your hands. Knee is down or lifted. Inhale, crescent lunge. On the exhale this time, bring your hands to prayer and twist so that your left triceps goes over your right thigh and you open up for a revolved lunge. Next inhale, come back to your lunge and drop your left heel and find your warrior one. So in warrior one, both hip points and your shoulders are facing forward. Back foot is at a 45-degree angle. Take one more breath in. And exhale, we're going to open up to warrior two. So in warrior two, the right knee is tracking over the second and third toes. Take a peek down, make sure you can see your right great toe. Inhale and exhale, maybe sink a little bit deeper. On your next inhale, just straighten the right leg, bring hands overhead, and exhale back to warrior two. Two more times. Inhale and exhale. Warrior two, we're going to come back through that lunge. Plant your hands, framing your right foot. Step forward, forward fold. Halfway lift and forward fold. Next inhale, circle sweep the arms, extended mountain. Exhaling through heart center, forward fold. Halfway lift, keeping your spine nice and long, the belly lifting in and up. Step your left foot back and find your lunge. Knee can be down or up, keeping the kneecap lifted, the quadriceps engaged. Inhale, find a crescent lunge. Exhale, frame your right foot, step back to downward facing dog, and take one breath. Next inhale, bring your left knee into the chest, step it between your hands. Again, you have the option to drop the knee or keep it lifted. Inhale, high crescent or low crescent. On the exhale, bring hands to prayer. This time, your right triceps goes over the left thigh. Revolve crescent lunge. Next inhale, come back through your lunge. Drop your right heel at a 45-degree angle and find warrior one. Take another inhale and exhale. Spin open to warrior two. Peek down and make sure you can see your left great toe. And then drop your shoulders, relax your face. Inhale, straighten the left leg, hands overhead. And exhale, warrior two. Inhale to straighten. Exhale, warrior two. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Come back through your lunge, coming onto the toes of your right foot. Plant your hands, step forward. Forward fold. We'll go through one more time. Halfway lift and forward fold. Extended mountain and forward fold. Halfway lift, nice long spine. Exhale, step the right foot back and find your lunge. Once again, drop the knee. Engage your quadriceps, keep it lifted. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, frame your left foot, downward facing dog. Inhale, this time bring your right knee right into your knee and exhale, step it between. Inhale, sweep the arms up and exhale, revolve. Left triceps over the right thigh. Inhale, back to your crescent lunge. Exhale, come right through warrior one into warrior two. Inhale, straighten the right leg, and exhale, warrior two. One more time. Inhale, and exhale. Now from warrior two, straighten the right leg, reach the right arm forward, getting a nice long line from wrist to wrist, and drop your arms like a unit, or like arms of a clock, finding triangle pose. And bring your left hand inside your right shin, or maybe on your shin, or maybe on your thigh. Inhale, we'll come back up. Step in with your right left foot just a little bit. Square your hips to the top of the mat. Clasp hands behind back to broaden your chest. And exhale, find a pyramid pose. You can stay right here or bring your chest closer to your knee. Inhale, release the arms, frame your right foot and step forward, forward fold. One more side. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, extended mountain, circle sweep and come to the top. And exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, long spine, exhale, step the left foot back, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge, and exhale, plant the hand, step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, left knee to chest. Exhale, step your left foot between your hands. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands to prayer, and twist to the left. Next inhale, come back through your lunge and spin all the way open to your warrior two. Inhale, straighten the left leg, hands overhead. Exhale, warrior two. Two more times. Inhale. And exhale. Last one.
You are here.
From warrior two, straighten the left leg. Reach the left arm forward.
I
Triangle
worship you.
pose.
I worship you. You are here, turning lives around.
Back up.
I
Step in with
worship
your right foot just a little bit. Clasp your hands
worship you.
behind your back. Broaden the chest.
You are here,
Pyramid pose.
mending every heart. I worship you. I worship you. You are
Go ahead, release your hands. Frame your left foot and step forward. Forward fold. Halfway lift and fold. Now find a chair pose. Big toes to touch. Little space between the heels.
light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. Oh,
Inhale, exhale, sit a little deeper. Bring your hands behind you for low chair. And then inhale, high chair. Exhale, low chair. Inhale.
even when I don't
High.
see it, you're working.
One more time. Exhale, find that low chair, sending your fingers straight back.
You never stop.
And exhale, forward
never
fold.
Stop working. You never stop. You never stop working. And even when I don't
And
see
slowly
it,
come
you're
all the way back up.
even when
Circle,
I don't
sweep
feel
the
it,
arms.
you're working. You never stop.
This time sit right
never
back
stop
into your
working.
chair.
You never stop. You
Inhale,
never
bring the
stop
hands
working.
together at prayer. Exhale, hook the left triceps over the right thigh.
Even when I don't
Chair
feel it,
twist.
you're working. You never stop. You never stop working.
Inhale, stretch the arms long, and exhale, twist to the left.
Even when I don't see it, you're working. And even when I don't feel it, you're working.
Inhale, back to the center, back to chair,
Never stop
and
working.
exhale,
You never stop.
forward fold.
You are
Now separate your feet wider than your mat. Face this way so you can see what I'm doing. Toes are facing out, heels are in. And find Malasana. A nice long spine, pressing your knees away with your elbows, letting your hips get heavy.
light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are.
If this isn't accessible to you or your body, then sit on your bottom and find a butterfly, a seated butterfly with the soles of the feet together. And take 2 more breaths. And reach around behind you and let yourself come down easy. And we're going to come into pigeon pose. So keep your right foot in front with your knee bent and shift your weight onto your right hip and just circle sweep that left leg behind you. Making sure not to stress the right front knee. This is painful for you. Bring your foot closer to the groin. You want a little deeper stretch. You can bring your shin parallel with the top of the mat. Maybe find a little extension in the low back. And then take sleeping swan.
I hear your SOS, your SOS. I will send out an army to find you in the middle of the dark night. It's true, I will rescue.
And stay for one more full breath in your swan.
There is no distance.
And slowly press yourself back up. Come back to the right hip and swing your left leg forward. We'll switch sides. Just arrange your left leg in front of you. Lean onto the left hip and position your right leg long behind you. Extend your spine. Walk the hands forward. Now stay in your swan for 3 more breaths. Finished with swan. Bring both feet in front of you with your knees bent and slowly lower all the way to your back. And we'll take bridge pose. So bring your feet 8 to 10 inches away from your hips. On your inhale, start to peel the low back, your tailbone off the mat, pressing the belly, the chest up to the ceiling. Make a little more space by lifting your chin and then bringing your chest to meet your chin. You can clasp the hands underneath, coming onto your triceps. We'll take 3 breaths. Finished your 3 breaths, slowly lower. Bring your back all the way back, flat on the mat. And it's time for an inversion here. You can take your legs straight up to the ceiling, keeping the feet engaged, or waterfall. Or maybe you prefer a shoulder stand. So place your hands on your low back. Don't look around in this position. And then start to segmentally extend the legs. First the hips go straight, and then my knees straighten. And flex the feet like you're standing on the ceiling. 3 breaths. Slowly come through plow. If you're in shoulder stand, bringing your toes behind you, or bending the knees, finding deaf man's pose. And then everybody find your way onto your back. Happy baby. Start by separating your knees and bringing your feet up towards the ceiling. Grab the outside of your feet, or if that is not available to you, just grab your calves or even the backs of your thighs. You want to drive the knees towards the armpit. Keep your spine long, especially the low back. Hug both knees into your chest. And just take a few intuitive movements here. Maybe drawing those imaginary circles on the ceiling. Or perhaps you egg beater your knees. And we'll take a spinal twist. So first, with knees bent and feet on the mat, shift your hips about 2 inches to the right. And take your right thigh over the left. Maybe your right ankle goes behind the left ankle. Allow knees to fall left. Bring your right arm and your gaze out to the right. And we'll stay for 5 breaths.
Bring your knees back to center, uncross the legs. Shift your hips just a little bit to the left. Bring the left thigh on top of the right. Knees fall to the right. And your left arm and your gaze go to the left.
If it's all a long drawn circle, you can go away. I might see you in a smile, and I might hear you in a laugh.
And bring your knees back to center.
Meet you in a while.
Take any last minute movements that you need.
Till then,
And then find Shavasana, our final relaxation pose. Bring your feet to the bottom corners of your mat. Let the toes fall outward, hands by your hips with your palms facing up. And close your eyes. This next song I love. It's about how God already knows everything that will happen to us today, tomorrow.
Everything around me seems uncertain. My weary heart can't take much more surprise. I wish there was a point on the horizon, something I could see with my own eyes. I need to tell you that I'm scared. I feel completely unprepared, and nothing's what it was 2 weeks ago. But you already know. You already know everything I'm scared of, everything I hope. You hold my tomorrow, and all tomorrow holds. You already know. I can't seem to find the easy answers. Someday I hope the suffering makes sense. I just need to know that you are with me, even if you keep me in suspense. We talk so much these days because I have so much to say. You stay and listen to me closely, even though you already know. You already know everything I'm scared of, everything I hope. You hold my tomorrow, and all tomorrow holds. You already know whatever I'm feeling, whatever is coming, whenever the ending, you're already there. You go before me, you go behind me. Wherever I'm going, you're already there. You already know. You already know everything I'm scared of, everything I hope. You hold my tomorrow, and all tomorrow holds. You already know.
This period of our lockdown is an opportunity for transformation. We may dislike the process, but the benefit of spiritual growth is more than worth it. When what we've been doing and thinking and prioritizing are no longer available, consider it an invitation to lean in and rely rely fully on the one who created you, the one who designed you perfectly for this time and place, and who tells you that you are already enough, and you will always be enough because of his Son. 2 Corinthians 4, verse 10, to be so shaped by our union with him that the life of Jesus may also be manifested in our bodies. I hope you've enjoyed this practice. You're free to share it. You're free to give me feedback, and have a wonderful day.